Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I hope you're all in a great condition. My name is Haura Azzahra, I'm from the class 8E, and today I will present my book report presentation. The title of the book is The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. The first one that I'm going to explain is the table of contents. There's introduction, who include the information about the book, the author, and the short summary. And there's literary elements, who include settings, characterization, theme, moral value, and conclusion. Let's talk about the book first. This book was released on 6 April 1943. This book became Saint-Exupéry's most successful book for selling an estimated 140 million copies worldwide, which makes it one of the best-selling and most translated book ever published. The author of this book is Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, or simply known as de Saint-Exupéry. He was born on 29 June 1900 on Lyon, France. He is a French writer, poet, aristocrat, journalist, and a pioneering aviator. Saint-Exupéry was a successful commercial pilot before World War II until he released his book, The Little Prince. This book tells a story about the narrator who met the Little Prince when he had a plane crash on the Sahara Desert. The Little Prince tells the narrator a story about his adventure to another asteroids and met many people. He met a king, a narcissistic man, a businessman, a drunkard, a lamplighter, and an elderly geographer. On Earth, he meets a snake, and fox, and a flower. He also came across a rose garden. The prince travels to a series of asteroids, including the Earth. The little prince tells the narrator that he plans to return that night to his planet. The narrator says that the prince's body was missing in the morning, so he knows that he returned back to his planet. Moving on to the first literary elements, settings. The most frequent place on this book is Sahara Desert, because it is the place where the narrator and the little prince met for the first time. There's also a snake, fox, and rose garden. The next place is the Little Prince planet, or known as asteroid B612. It's a small planet filled with baobab trees. There's also a rose and a volcano mountain. The last one is the King's planet, or known as asteroid 325. It is the first planet that the little prince visits after leaving his own planet. It's a small planet covered by the King Magnificent Ermine robe. The next is we will talk about the character of this book. The first one is the pilot or narrator. The pilot or narrator is a grown-up, but one who has always been sympathetic to the values and perspective of children. He's also an explorer, and he loves to help each other, and he's a kind-hearted person. Secondly, there's the little prince. He is the main character of this book. The little prince is a child with golden locks. He is thoughtful and curious and never let go of a question once he has asked it. Next, Rose. She is an antagonist. The rose is the object of the little prince's affection. She is a plant that suddenly grows on the little prince planet. She is also naive and a liar. Next, the theme of the little prince. The main idea of this book is the little prince's journey to Earth. He faced so many problems, but he made it through. He also met so many people while he is on his journey. He met a king, a narcissistic man, a drunkard, a businessman, a lamplighter, an elderly geographer, the fox, snake, flower, and the narrator. Moving on to the moral value. The moral value from this book is relationship makes life worth living. It's the little prince and the fox, their best friend. We have to be like them, because we will have an opportunity to share our wisdom with someone who really needs to hear it. The second one is that we cannot truly understand unless we search for meaning ourselves. Someone else can tell us about it, but we need to experience it in order to know what it means. The last one is the little prince teaches that the responsibility demanded by relationship with others leads to a greater understanding. The story of the prince and his rose is a parable about the nature of real love. And finally, we've come to the last literary elements, conclusion. The conclusion about this book is, this book tells about the little prince's journey to Earth and he met narrator. This book also contains so many moral values, and I recommend this book for children because the storyline is easy to understand, also there's some unique illustration. And finally, I've done my presentation about this book. Thank you for listening. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.